There are many skills in Monster Hunter World to help enhance your hunter, improving upon their strengths and even giving them some resistances too. This large variety of abilities is found attached to armor pieces, allowing you to mix and match various sets in order to create your preferred builds. You'll also find that in addition to these set armor skills, that your gear including weapons can also come along with empty decoration slots. Both the gem slots and the gems themselves come in varying levels, dictating which ones that you can use in certain pieces of gear. By combining the skills present in the armor pieces with the decorations that you're slotting, you're able to maximize on your skills and complete your builds. Now all you need to know is how you can go about farming for these decorations, which is where this video comes in play. If you haven't caught my essential event weapons and armor roundup, you might want to use that in tandem with this decorations guide to maximize on your OP-ness. A massive thank you to the 20% of you who have really turned up and subscribed to the channel, with the majority of you returning from shorts or other guides. If you enjoy the videos, do subscribe, and with that said, let's jump in. The first quest we're looking at is the MR3 event Flora Frostbite, which you have access to very early on into Iceborne, requiring you to gather and deliver 10 ice blooms. If you don't have some sort of gathering loadout yet, this is the perfect opportunity to build one together. I appreciate the irony of asking you to have a build on a video on how to get builds together with decorations. It's not a requirement, but if you can have levels in botanist, geologist, all that sort of stuff, it'll just help out in future. You can start either from Central Camp 7 or Northeast Camp 15, both are good choices. Hit up the frozen foliage nodes, which will show up as white question marks on the map, and you will get your 10 ice blooms in absolutely no time at all. As a side note, if you're ever needing to farm research points, this is a fantastic way to do so. If your intention is to immediately repeat this to farm it, set your return destination to camp instead of HQ or gathering hub, and then you can go right back into it really quickly. I'll show you that in just a sec. In under a minute, you'll be rewarded anywhere between 1 to 5 ancient face stones, which will give you low entry level decorations, but are fantastic to build up your repertoire of decos to get your builds going. Having just jumped into Iceborne, this is really going to set you on a solid path forward. If you're farming this and you set your return destination to camp, you'll be dropped off by the handler in expedition mode. Just speak to her, start up the event again, and rinse and repeat. This event alone will get you enough decent decorations to really carry you through the rest of the Iceborne campaign. Just as well, given the next quests. A Farewell to Zinogre is an MR24 event pitting you up against a Zinogre in the arena. You'll need to have beaten the Iceborne campaign in order to lift the cap and get to MR24 and upwards. If from now until forever you are only going to do one more event, it would be a Farewell to Zinogre. The reason being that this monster actually drops shinies constantly, which give you Steamworks fuel. Even the calves at the end give you Steamworks fuel too. So it's especially crucial that you go for your wall bangs and you try to get as many part breaks as possible, as more shinies means more Steamworks fuel, means a more efficient run of the event. For all other intents and purposes, it is just a regular Zinogre, with the added bonus that it's either going to be the large gold crown or the small gold crown, 50-50. After getting slapped, clapped, and zapped, you'll be rewarded with dragon vein coals of varying sizes. You're hoping for as many giant dragon vein coals as possible, in addition to any you actually picked up during the hunt itself as well. This should come out to anywhere between 5 to 7,000, generally speaking, of Steamworks fuel. Make sure you set your Steamworks to times 10 so you're using 100 fuel a pop, making it 10 times quicker effectively, and get to work. The reason I'm specifically mentioning this quest, in addition to all the other amazing things that it gets you, which are many, is that when you do Steamworks during a festival specifically, which are now on rotation every couple of weeks since the game has finished, you're able to acquire tickets that you can trade directly for decorations, and you get an absolute buttload of them as well. The steel tickets will trade for your low entry level decorations. Once more, like Flora Frostbite's, very useful for building up your repertoire of decos, but the silver tickets can actually give you some pretty decent stuff as well. In particular, your cheeky little powerful level 2 decos here and there, and given how much other amazingly useful stuff you get out of running Steamworks, especially at times 10, it's definitely something for you to consider and maybe do regularly. The Wrath of Thunder descends as an MR24 event up against the Tempered Zinogre in the Ancient Forest, and is your first access to the most powerful decorations in the game via the highest rarity sealed face stones. So when it comes to farming decorations so you can properly make your builds, this is when you're going to start really cooking. Regular Zinogre is difficult enough, and this is a tempered version, so you do need to really watch yourself here. Lots of 1, 2, 3 take an arrow to the knee wombo combos, consecutive fist slams into the ground, as well as body slams too. If you get caught by any of these, it's wise to stay down so you can let the combo play out, rather rather than getting back up only to get slammed again and then probably cart. Take your best matchup to the fight. I tend to favor Lance, Charge Blade, and Sword and Shield. And then once you're done getting you'll be rewarded with a guaranteed 2 sealed face stones and a smattering of carved and ancient face stones as well. There is a chance that you'll get another 2 sealed face stones on top. So if you've got lucky vouchers going, maybe pop them for this quest and you might walk away with 4. Sealed face stones are your tickets to your expert 4, your attack 4, your challenger 4, all of these top tier, upper echelon, most powerful decorations in the game. You're going to be running this a lot. The next batch of quests that you can do to farm decorations are MR100. So get comfy, get cozy, you're going to be farming this bad boy. Day of Ruin is an MR100 event up against a tempered Teostra in the Celiana supply cache, which is a steep requirement and can easily take an additional 100 hours of natural playtime after beating the Iceborne campaign. I know comparatively Teo is everyone's favorite Elder Dragon to bully, but don't forget that it is an Elder Dragon and a tempered one at that. He hits really hard and will very easily cart you. Whilst you're getting used to it, it might be advisable to take 3 blast resists and the heat guard skill too, which will nullify the damage from its fire aura and from the lava puddles it drops on the floor. Deco farming quests are always really popular and active, so if you want to get people involved, pop an SOS flare or join someone else's, or of course join a session with deco farming in mind. Maybe you make one in my Discord or something like that. Teostra's silly feline face is primed for bonks, so especially focus out your damage on the head, which is generally good practice in Monster Hunter anyhow, and you'll get plenty of topples from part breaks and KOs. Once you're done smashing the forbidden Teo Tussie, you'll be rewarded with a guaranteed 3 sealed face stones, a smattering of ancient and carved face stones, and the chance to get another 1 and another 3 sealed face stones as well. So all in all, the opportunity to walk away with up to 7 sealed face stones if you're really lucky. As you can see, this is quite a step up from the Wrath of Thunder Descends, but sealed face stones are sealed face stones, so Wrath is still very good to do. It's just that Day of Ruin is kind of insane. A reminder that sealed face stones are your tickets to the absolute best of best decorations. Your combination critical protection, tenderizer evasion, peak performance medicine, etc. If you've been hitting Wrath hard, you'll likely have a pretty good array already, but if not, Day of Ruin will absolutely help you get to the next level. Threat level 3 investigations up against tempered monsters are a fantastic alternative to spamming the crap out of Day of Ruin to prevent you from burning out. These are MR100 and include certain monsters like Rajang or Ruiner Nergigante, and can be quite fun to throw into the mix. Each of the boxes has a very high chance of rewarding you a sealed face stone at the end, so of course you're going to want to prioritize the 5 box investigations. These tend to come with quite a heavy penalty, such as maximum 2 players or what have you, but despite that they can be pretty worth, and also a good source of money as well. Gather tempered tracks of tempered monsters of course to get these investigations to show up. If you're just happy sticking with tempered Teostra in Day of Ruin, don't feel like you have to do these at all, it's completely optional. It's just a good way to break the monotony of it and stop you going completely insane. Oh boy, we've saved the best until last. Muar number 1 is an MR100 event up against a tempered Furious Rajang in the arena. It's about as horrendous as it sounds. However, the rewards are kind of insane. Absolutely a contender for the one event to rule them all, even compared to Farewell to Zinogre. This is one of the toughest fights in the game, and it knows it. You get 5 carts and a box full of healing items as well. The paradox here is that it's one of the best quests for farming for good stuff. However, you need to be in a position to handle some of the toughest content in the game. Make sure you take 1 tremor resist to gain full immunity to all of Furious Rajang's tremor attacks. Be mindful of the anti-clutch claw mechanics when you are clutching onto tenderized parts. Aim for the head as much as you can, as he doesn't have a tail to hit to knock him out of a state. He's permanently Super Saiyan Furious Rajang, and just accept that it's some of the toughest content in the game. It's gonna need you to understand the mechanics of Furious Rajang inside and out, and even then you might still get your ass handed to you. Once you're done seeing Frieza in a whole new positive light, you will be very richly rewarded with a bunch of goodies. A combination of great Spirit Vein gems for your augmentations, the chance for some sealed face stones, which we're very familiar with from Day of Ruin and Wrath of Thunder Descends, and the absolutely incredible Astral Melding tickets, the only source of them in the entire game. When you take these over to the smelly Elder Melder Smelder, who does indeed stink, they will be traded 1 for 1 run with guaranteed Rarity 11 decorations, including absolute powerhouses like Challenger 4, Evasion 4, Furor 4, not to mention very powerful combination skills like Critical Medicine, Phoenix Protection, etc. The decos you get from trading in the Astral Melding tickets, being locked at Rarity 11 is a tremendous advantage. This is probably the most effective way to farm for the Challenger 4 deco, and you'll get loads of great Spirit Vein gems and sealed face stones along the way. Although completely RNG, as sealed face stones are sealed face stones, this quest has gotten me multiple Expert 4 jewels, Challenger jewels, and all the rest. Maybe there's something to it. There's not, but you know. And there you have an ultimate decorations farming progression guide, seeing you through from the very beginning all the way up until the end game of Iceborne. If you've got any questions about this, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you're looking to jump into open sessions with myself and the community to farm for decos or just get some hunts in, jump into the Discord and make sure you tune into the live streams over on Twitch. I will leave all of these links for you in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the new world.